Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, The Gentleman Reviewer. So tonight I've got a classic for you guys that I'm going to review, and that is the Parker Jotter, if you haven't already been able to identify it yourself. This is an extremely classic pen. It's been around for well over 6 decades, and it took 9 years to design before that time even started. It came out in 1954, and like I said, they did 9 years of research. I don't know exactly what they were researching. I haven't really dug into the history of this pen. Probably just a good design that's going to stand the test of time. So the reason that I'm reviewing a pen like this is I didn't particularly like it. I mean, the writing experience was fine. There's a couple of things that I really didn't prefer about this pen, which I'll get into in a little bit. So let me tell you a little bit about the specs of this pen, and I'm also going to get into some of the reasons I didn't like it because they are related to the design of the pen. So first of all, it's a really good looking pen. I do like the look of it a lot. It's retro almost. The clip has that awesome arrow design that's pretty standard across Parker pens, or is their signature actually. Um, One thing I didn't like is this tends to be fairly sharp, which seems to be somewhat common among people who own this pen. That's one of the things they talk about. And given that it's short, we naturally twist it. I don't know if that's from, growing up using pencils and you have to twist the pen, but every once in a while it's going to end up where that's right on your hand. And so that can be a problem for some people. Given I have fairly big hands, it actually goes down a little bit farther. But if you have some smaller hands, that's going to end up right in there, and that can just rub on there and be a little bit uncomfortable. Nothing that hurts, just a little uncomfortable. Um, let's see. This one, it's great because it's just two pieces. I've got the stock Parker Quink Flow ballpoint refill in there. That's one of the things I didn't like about this pen. I think I would like it better if I had a gel pen in there, or even put a space pen refill in here. I don't know if you can do that on these pens, so I think you can. I have one and I could try. I'm kind of curious now because I've got my Cap-O-Matic right here. See if it works. I'm kind of curious. Gotta get it lined up right. There we go. Nope, doesn't look like it'll work. Doesn't come out of the tip. So I was just kind of curious. That was a little not planned, and yeah. But one of the things I didn't like about this is actually this Quink Flow refill. I'm not a huge fan of ballpoints in the first place. I think I would have liked it a lot better had I got the gel refill, just because it's going to write a lot smoother. You don't have to press down as hard with ballpoint or with gel refills as you do with the ballpoint, and yeah, and I also had I had quite a big problem with hard starts. That's one of my biggest pet peeves because you pull it out to write, you turn it on, and you start writing. It doesn't write, you have to scribble a little bit to get it to write, and then you got scribbles all over your notes. It's kind of annoying. I noticed that as I went along, I didn't have that big of a problem with it, with hard starts, and it got a little bit better. So maybe it was just a bad refill, something like that. I don't know what it was, but that was one of the things that I had a big issue with this pen. When I first got it, I didn't realize how small it was going to be. It's actually about, if I can put this guy back together, but it's about the same size as the Fisher Space Pen Cap-O-Matic, which, if you watched my review on that, I said that it was a little bit small for my tastes. I do have larger hands, and I prefer a larger pen. Like, TWSBI Eco is a great grip. It's a bigger pen, quite a bit beefier, and I can just grip it a lot easier, and you can write a lot without fatigue. Even a Lamy Safari is quite a bit bigger. Pilot Metropolitan, quite a bit bigger and just heftier. And even one of my favorite pens right now is the 701, Zebra F701, and they're darn near the same size, but this is just thicker on the grip, and so I like that a lot better. I wasn't able to find an accurate measurement before doing this review about how big this grip is. It looks about to be 10 millimeters because this grip is 9. And so it's hard for me with big hands to just hold it, and I get fatigued fairly easily while writing with something like that. I'm reviewing that one, not that one, so let's put that one back there. What I did really like about this pen, though, it's got a very satisfying click. So I like that a lot. I do tend to fidget with pens by clicking them, whereas something like the F701, pretty quiet. So if you're a fidgeter like me and you click pens, this, especially if you're in a meeting, this might not be the best one for you. And yeah, so those are about the things that I didn't like about the pen. Some of the things that I did like about the pen, though, is while the clip is a little bit sharp, it is pretty secure. You know it's not going to fall out of your pocket or anything like that. If you have it attached to your pocket, it's not going to fall out of a pen loop. I just got this today, actually, but when you get it on there, it's not going to come off. You know, that's actually a pretty thick loop, so that can be... That's good to know, because if you're ever carrying it on a pen loop, like you can get those ones that attach to the journal just on the side, the sticky ones, and you know it's not going to fall out of that pen loop. Like I said, I did really enjoy the click. The grip is actually surprisingly good for just stainless steel. It does feel like it has a little bit of a brushed metal texture, even though it doesn't really look brushed. You know, I do like the knurled grip like on the 701 and the Rotrings, but again, that's a personal preference thing. Size is a personal preference thing. So my problem with this pen is mostly my personal preference, and I want to make that clear. This is a tried and true design. It's been around for a very, very long time. Overall, you know, I have to say it is a pretty good pen. Its smallness makes it really easy to add to any kind of everyday carry. It's also pretty cheap. You can usually find them in the range of $6 to $8, somewhere in there, sometimes 10. And those, you know, if you lose it, it's gonna suck because you know you lost a good pen, but it's not like you lost, I don't know, something nicer that's gonna cost 3 times as much. Like if you had the AG7 from Fisher Space Pen, which is not this one. Even this Capomatic is a little bit more expensive than the Jotter. I think even this one's, yeah, runs about $750. So this one's gonna hurt less than like a 701 to lose. But either way, you lose a pen and that's never a fun day. Actually, just for comparison, one of my favorite pens right now is the Zebra Sarasa Grand. And as you can see, it's just longer at the top. It's just quite a bit heftier at the grip. It's just a little bit wider as a whole, and it weighs a good deal more. So this one is kind of my ideal pen right now, right next to the 701, as far as pens go, not including fountain pens or mechanical pencils. Just to get into a little bit more specs, just to top this off. So this is advertised as a pen on the go and simple and cool. As I said before, given its size and its easy addition to any everyday carry, it meets those qualifications. And so if that's what they're going for, they definitely hit it. It's made in France. The diameter of the grip is 9 millimeters and the max diameter is about 10 millimeters. And you can see it just kind of tapers. I don't know where it would be considered the end of the grip, because that's quite a bit thinner than 9 millimeters right there. Maybe if you're holding it right here, that'd be about 9 millimeters. But like I said, it's just small. It only weighs in at half an ounce or about 14 grams, and then it's 5 inches long. So overall, small pen, great for a pocket carry. You can get these in plastic to where you don't really have to worry about them getting scratched up or anything like that. But so again, with my review, most of it's just my own personal preference and things that I don't like about pens. I like weightier pens. I like thicker pens, just because I have big hands and something like this is easier to grip than that. So please comment below with what you thought about my review, if there's anything that I missed about these pens, and also comment below with what you like or don't like about the Jotters, and if you agreed with me on anything or disagreed. I'm not going to do a writing sample because they're so common and their refills are so readily available that I'm sure almost everyone's used one. And a lot of times when you buy a pen that is refillable, it's either a cross style or a Parker style. So just about everyone's used one of them. And they actually write fairly similar to a Bic Crystal, which is a good writing pen. So again, thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and like the video. It helped me grow this channel. Thanks again, guys, and I hope you have a great night.